Oh, here we are. 420-watt panels, monocrystalline. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but English was never my strong point anyway, so not too worried about that. But 420-watt panels equaling 80 watts at 12 volts DC. I have nothing wired up yet. I just mounted these in my window. Uh, can't mount them on the roof right now. It's a little. We have a little bit of snow out there. Just had a large snowstorm. Dumped a couple inches on us, so I won't be mounting anything on the roof for a while. But they bring down plenty of power when they're in my window. As you can see, I just temporarily rigged up two of them in parallel to give me 40 watts. I think I only got about 10 watts today though, because it was very cloudy. The storm just ended last night and it just moved out this morning, so it was still cloudy most of the day. I was outside snowblowing. Snowblower doesn't work very well today. Anyway, so all I've done is I have one of those cigarette lighter plugs clipped onto two wires from these guys. It's all wired in parallel. It would give me about 40 watts on a good day. Then, well, what I was doing today, since I didn't have a lot of power, I didn't run anything, but I was able to charge my power pack here. This is it's pretty small. For whatever reason, it shows both lights as green when it's full. Don't ask me why. But it's an 18 amp hour battery. It has two sockets. It has lights. Pretty bright. Yeah, good. That's still full. Jumper cables right there. Little storage pack on the back. But I just charged that. Gave it a full charge today. All off the solar power. So I'm happy with the performance of these. They're able to charge up my battery, and that means they'll be able to charge up the Xantrex that I have in there. And on eBay, I am watching some more what do you call them, deep cycle batteries. Sorry, a little brain freeze there. Because right now the thing only has 63 amp hours, and I'd like to put more in there, because 63 amp hours will only last me a few hours with even small things. So I can't talk at all today. Just not many hours with something small like a laptop and a modem or something. I believe it lasts 3 to 4 hours running an average fridge, because remember, the fridge isn't running 24/7, and only runs a little bit of the time, so I could probably keep the fridge running for, assuming an hour's running a day, maybe maximum of a week off of the system, assuming I have perfect sun and I don't use the system for anything else. I might be able to squeeze a week out of it. I got these guys. Anyway, back to the panels. I got a little off track there. Anyway, so these guys, yep, 420 watt, 80 watts is what it equals, 12 volts DC. 195 bucks on eBay with free shipping. Excellent deal considering that at our local Menards, it is about I think it was 467.98 last time I checked. Doesn't get much more random than that, but that's also a very high price. 195 bucks for 80 watts. The only reason would be that you have to go to the extra effort of wiring them up together, and I like doing that, so I don't mind the extra effort. I think the price was worth it. So just thought I'd mention that. My panels they work great. They all produce a good charge, even on a cloudy day. Even on the cloudy day like today, I was able to charge this thing up fully. So I was getting some power out of it. I was able to run my portable CB radio right there. Was able to run that no problem off of it. The sound wasn't very good and the display was a little dim, but it worked. And in any kind of emergency, that is what matters, if it works or not. Anyway, I guess as long as I'm here, I'll go a little further into the solar electric system. Well, as you know, I have those Christmas lights up there. Still up there. They still work. In any kind of emergency situation. See, they go all the way over there. That's where it ends, right there. It's that little tiny white one. Let that zoom out there. I'm going to drain my battery pretty fast if I keep zooming. So they go around about half the room, and they are bright, as you saw in my one of my other light power and heat videos. But I did have to move the solar panel to allow these guys to go in. And what I have done is, this is all tangled in the blinds here. Let's see if I can pull these up a bit. That's about as much as I'm willing to pull them up. I need to figure out a better way of hanging this. But for now it works okay. I can, it's probably not very charged, but they are on. But they are very dim. It's better than nothing. But anyway, so that, I'll need to remount that still, but that will charge up during the day, and that way I don't use the inverter on my big battery and drain the battery really fast. These things on a full charge could run probably 2 nights, I think, was what the box said. Usually that's overrated, so I wouldn't expect more than a night out of it. Anyway, so it's just an update. I like these things a lot. They seem to be high quality, well constructed. I don't think there's anything else. My next video will probably be, at least for the solar electric system, I only have one more thing to get, and that's a charge controller. I probably will buy that off eBay. They have some pretty good prices there, so I don't overcharge my batteries. But if I keep an eye on it, I could theoretically charge my battery without a charge controller, but I would rather not do that if I don't have to. And if I connect all 4 panels in parallel, that will give me enough amperage to be able to run some small things off of my inverter here. I don't know if I could charge my laptop. I might be able to do a netbook, but probably not my laptop, because that adapter uses quite a bit of power. This guy is never going to run completely off of solar power. It's just humongous. Yeah, you probably remember that from my first solar video. So that thing just sucks too much current to run completely off the solar panels, but it will run just fine if I charge up a battery and then run it. I can actually run that thing off of this guy, just 18 amp hours. I'd probably get very little runtime out of it, but it will work. And oh, sorry about the noise. It gets really cold in my room in the winter. There is a big hole in our roof, so it gets freezing in here. So I have a little heater. I don't remember if I showed that in one of my power heat and light videos, but so that's running on high right now. Oh yeah, and there was one other thing. I recently bought this thing at Menards. It was on sale. Usually it costs $29. On sale for 17 bucks. So I picked one up. The real reason I bought it is I do a huge Christmas light display each year, and I want to be sure I don't overload my outlet, as I have done that in the past. Not a good thing to do. So I bought this thing, but this thing will also be useful either after an emergency or before an emergency for sizing systems. Now, it's not very accurate. Let's see if this thing will focus. There, it's a little better. It's not very accurate on lower loads, but if you're testing something like a refrigerator or a house full of lights, or a computer, laptop, something that uses more than maybe about 20 or 30 watts, this will be accurate. And it will tell you how much is being used. You can expect, it's not 100% accurate. It has a couple of watts off usually, but I've tested it. It works. I found out that our refrigerator in the basement uses only about 150 watts, and it peaks at just a couple hundred for starting. So I thought that was really good. That means I could run that thing on my generator and run it for months, probably. Because the generator, I need to look it up, but I'm pretty sure it can go about 4 hours on a gallon at a quarter load. Don't quote me on that, I need to look that up. And also, I'll probably want to try out my generator this weekend. I don't know if I need to put a special kind of oil in it for the winter, but just for testing it'll be fine. And then, yeah, here's this guy. So that's about it. Yeah, and you remember this guy, 2500 watts, DC 12 volts to AC 115, 120. It's really all the same thing. It varies throughout the US. And then, yeah, this is what was this? And I'm trying to read through the viewfinder. I'm not good at that. It's Reliance Controls Amwatt appliance load tester. Can do amps or watts. Actually, you know what? Let me see if I can plug something into this. Hold on a minute. Alright, I'm back, and I just plugged my heater on high into the Amwatt. 115, no, sorry, it's on amps. I can't really see that little period through the viewfinder here. 11.4 amps it's using. Let's see, 1,367 watts. 68, since it's a resistive load mainly, has a small motor for the fan, but it's a mainly resistive load. The load is going to be relatively consistent on here. Now if I plug in something such as a computer or a refrigerator, it's going all over the place. But I'd say about 1,370 would be about right. And then if I turn it down a notch, goes down to about 800, let's just say 850, just round it off. Turn it down one more. 570, 560, something like that. And if it's on only fan, it just plummets now. 18, maybe I'd just say 20 to be safe. I always round up to the nearest. I just turned it up now. I always go up to the nearest tenth, I believe. I always add 10. At least add 10 watts to account for fluctuating. If it's something like a computer, I'll actually add about 100 watts because my computer just goes berserk. It's all over the place. Got dual hard drives in there, so it really goes nuts. But anyway, so I like this thing a lot. It works. I've found out just how much energy I'm actually saving by switching my Christmas lights over to LED. Our entire front yard display only uses about 20 watts now, whereas it used to use closer to 200 or 300 watts. So that is huge. So yeah, definitely look into something like this. I've also heard that the kilowatts is better than this, but this is what I could find locally, and I didn't want to bother with ordering it. I don't need to find out what it would cost me over the course of time. I can figure that out myself. But yeah, this thing works well. It's pretty accurate for my purposes. It's a very valuable tool to have in sizing a generator or a solar power system. Just an FYI, I repeat, I am not going to try and run this off of the solar electric system. Best case scenario would be we still have gas if the power goes out, which can happen because the gas lines are buried lower than the electric lines, and the gas is usually a lot more reliable than the electric, so I can easily splice an extension cord into my furnace and run the furnace fan, which is less than 1,000 watts, off of either the generator or my inverter. I might want to get a peer sign for that. If anyone has any, if anyone has any information on pure versus modified sine, please comment on that, because I am pretty much in the dark about what the effects are. I've heard that I've had just great luck running electronics off of a modified sine, but motors seem to run and have a really strange noise to them off of the modified sine, and I've heard that you can burn out motors and compressors that way. So if anyone has any information on that, please comment or send me a message on that. So see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.